Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
For too long, we've lived in a world of canceled and delayed. No more. Those plans you've been making, they're on. Thanks to OnGo, the #1 ranked at-home rapid COVID-19 test. So that vacation where you get to swim with the pigs, it's on. Your friend's wedding that was pushed back 4 times, it's on. The roar of the stadium, it's on too. OnGo, COVID-19 test results in minutes. OnGo is available at letsongo.com/radio and Amazon. This product has been authorized by the FDA during the public health emergency only, and only for the detection of proteins from SARS-CoV-2, not other viruses. The claim #1 ranked is supported by ECRI's usability evaluation conducted in December 2021.
Here's a man who's usually wrong, but he doesn't care. Here's a man who
eats things that'll make a billy goat puke.
You're now rocking with the best. It's the Eric Zane Show Podcast, and here's your host, Eric Zane.
All right, time to step on the gas. Welcome in. Hello. And welcome to the Eric Zane Show Podcast. Boy, I'm just, I haven't spoken much today. Like, I mean, it's the start of the show. And I've been up and around for, 2 hours. But it's like I haven't spoken. And like everything is like, But okay, we'll get there. This is a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. From the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker studio. Now, hello to you. At the hockey games. Every year, once or twice, the Marines show up, and it's a pretty neat thing where the young people who are enlisting are sworn in on the ice. So you get 20, 30 young women and men on the ice, surrounded by Marines. It's important that I say Marines. Because if I say anything else, apparently it's the end of the world. Well, anyway, these recruits who are about to be sworn in show up on the ice, and then one of the Marines, who has the authority to do so, says, I state your name. And then they all say I in their name. Their right hand is up. Do solemnly swear to uphold the whatever. I don't know it by heart. He does. Something of the Constitution and by order of the President of the United States. You know, that he's the big boss. Much to the chagrin of many of you who can't get over that we have a dementia patient in the White House. Side note. I know that all the red staters believe that. Do any of you blue staters believe that Biden is actually, his brain is compromised? Now, I don't care that his brain is compromised. I know you're like, wait, how can you not care? And I don't, because there's several people also there who can do the heavy lifting for him. Just put the woman in charge, okay? But I honestly believe that he doesn't even know what Ukraine is. He doesn't even know what Marines are. Anyway, I think his State of the Union address is like today or tomorrow or something like that. Fingers crossed that he's like facing the wrong way, you know? Well, I guess my question to all of you blue staters, all of you Biden folks, Do you think that his brain is mush? I need to know that. I need to know what you think. And I don't want you to no. Either it is or it's not. Because I believe his brain is pudding. I digress. Marines are on the ice. The recruits soon to be sworn in to become Marines, I guess, or swear to become Marines. I don't know. I have to be careful what I say because of what I'm about to get to. There's, several hundred Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, den moms, pack leaders, and scout leaders on the ice as well with a giant flag, and they're waving it. And then after the swearing in, some amazingly ridiculous singer sings God Bless America, and then the newly sworn in leave the ice. Well, that's it. I've done it now. This is my 17th year doing this, and it's awesome. It's great every time. That was during the last 7 to 10 days that happened. But at the hockey game the other day, this weekend, I had hockey. Friday and Saturday. And I'm walking off the ice, and I'm approached by a very, very serious gentleman who says, "Hey, you fucked up." And I go, "Excuse me?" And he's serious, but not. And I read his face, okay, because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not a tough guy. I wouldn't have said this if I didn't think I could pull it off. I have gambled before and lost, but I'm more of a tough talker. Now, I read his face that I could get away with this, and it turns out I was right. I was absolutely right again. And humble, too. This gentleman says to me, "Those are Marines. They're not soldiers. You called them soldiers." I go, "I did?" "Yeah. You always refer to them as Marines." I go, "Oh, now I know that. I know that the Army uses the term soldiers. And Marines do not use the term soldiers." And so I looked at him and I said, "I'm glad you cleared that up. And now I know that you're a butthurt sissy." Oh my God. He laughs and steam shoots out of his ears at the same time. His face, "What?" I go, "You heard me." I go, "Thank God you're not defending us, because all the other guys are going to have to do is call you a soldier, and you're going to throw yourself on the ground, and your weapon's going to go flying, and you're going to kick and scream like the bitch that you are. Shut the fuck up." This dude laughed and laughed and laughed. Thank God. And I have to admit, I said, well, I got to say it. Now, I'm 99% sure he's going to roll with it. And he did. But I was like, a little bit of trepidation here. But I'm going to drop this line. I cannot let this go unpunished. "Oh, excuse me, freedom fighter, that I fucked up what you're known as." Jesus, you don't see the Ukrainians there fighting for their city, fighting for their country, fighting for their lives, saying, "Don't call us names. Make sure you get it right, Russians." I mean, come on. Get over yourselves. Who gives a fuck? Oh, Eric, what are you doing? Shut up. Holy shit. Soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen. Oh, okay, great. We got it. We got it. Jason Schaefer says, got to ask them their favorite crayon, however you say it, flavor, too. Could have been worse. You could have called them jarheads. Podcast Eric is starting to leak out into the real world. Yes. Yes. I could have just kept on walking and said, oops, oopsie, sorry about that, but fuck that. Shut up. What is going on? Nick, he actually quotes some of the words that the people who are being sworn in say, defend the Constitution from both enemies, foreign and domestic. Yes, that's right. So you, basically. There's a picture of you when they say that. All right. So there you go. That was a spectacular moment that I was proud of. I hurt the Marines because I referred to them as soldiers and not Marines. I am so sorry. This show happens each and every weekday at about this same time. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. ER Vines. They also sponsor my Facebook page. Facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. Follow on Twitch, please, whether or not you watch it. Thank you. I think somebody bought me a bunch more. I don't know how that works, and I've never even considered it. I've never done this. I've never purchased, because there's ads that show up in my chat that I should probably keep from being on that say, hey, buy followers. Someone's buying followers from me. You do not have to do that, and I don't even know what that does. I've built all of them myself organically, and they slowly inch their way up, a few a week. But this would be a lot quicker of a process if you're listening to the audio podcast later on. You go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live and hit the follow button there. Thank you. Check. Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3. Microphone. You're like, what just happened, Eric Zane? So, thank you very much for following on those platforms. Now, in addition, Twitter, @Eric Zane Show on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. And that's brought to you by Blue Frost IT and YouTube as well. I have an entry in YouTube. Eric Zane Show on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, bell notification, thumbs up. It's brought to you by Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. Hang on. This mic processor is messing with my head slightly, I think. Check. You're going to hear a loud noise. Check. Hello. That's embarrassing. I think it was fine, but it was in my own head that there was something wrong with it. I just got that damn thing, and I think I kicked it one day and screwed it up badly. That's not good. Very expensive item. All right. Wow. I got a gift again, and nowadays when I see something has arrived with my name on it, I know it must be continuing a long-term gag that has been happening on my doorstep for like the last year. It's a package. And I open it up. And it's just a QR code. Now, as soon as I got it, I knew what happened. I knew what was going on. By the way, I want to wear this shirt, but I'm too fat for it right now. This is a medium. It looked like an overstuffed sausage right now. Well, anyway, I get my QR code reader on my phone, and I scan the code, and it's a picture of Barry that shows up, the gigantic black porn star who's now dead with the massive ding-dong. This adds to the collection of various bits of Barry memorabilia that I have. That actual sticker that I just showed of Barry, that one came from my son, actually. I don't think he's involved in this. He must have I think that was kind of like a parallel storyline. But I have gotten a Barry coffee mug. You can see over my shoulder the Barry mask when people wore masks. Remember that thing called COVID? I got a wine holder, a Barry wine holder. There's a couple other things that I cannot remember. And I got a wooden spoon sent from Ukraine. I'm not kidding you. Like when when the Russians were mobilizing, they hadn't yet invaded. I got a package from Ukraine. And it was a wooden spoon, and on the back of the wooden spoon was Barry. So, holy shit. Just a onslaught of products. Thank you. Thank you. I just posted a video to Twitter. I retweeted it. Blue State Rob sent it along. I kind of want to share it. Yeah, I think I'm going to. It's it was really fantastic because right now, as this war is going on, one of the storylines that's bubbling under is, of course, the Ukrainians are defending their country as best they can. Now, for those of you who are listening to just the audio podcast, this is spoken in Russian, I believe. I guess I don't even know if the Ukrainians have their own language. I'm assuming they speak Russian. But one of the things that has come up, and I'll be talking a lot about Ukraine on the show today, and one of the things that has come up is, when a country invades another country, it rarely is successful. My God. Kyle asks me, side note, are you buying followers? You went from 380 to 712 in a week. No, I have never done that, but somebody is. I don't know if you're asking me or asking somebody else. Or, I don't know, because I don't for a second think that suddenly people are checking out this show on Twitch. It's that has not, unless it is, but I doubt it. I'm 99% sure somebody is buying those followers for me. Anyway, sorry, I got to stop looking at the chat. So, I just saw this one pop, and it is Ukrainian soldiers speaking directly to the camera. And if you're listening on the audio podcast later, I will link it up, and you can see it. But basically what I'm going to do with the audience on Twitch is you're going to have to read the caption. And basically it's a Ukrainian soldier, two of them, one doing almost all of the talking in front of a tank, giving a pep talk to any Russian soldiers invading. It's got other video clips to it, and it starts with, I want to address all the Russians who have still not gone to shit. Here you go.
Хочу обратиться ко всем.
Shit. Okay, now knowing my luck, all those captions with the words about how they're going to fight to the death and how the Russians are fucked. Knowing my luck, that's actually a video, talking about his uniform or something like that, because I don't know the language, but I doubt it. That was awesome. Holy shit. This I know. Now, maybe if this country was threatened and the wolf was at the door, I would feel differently. But talk about a group of people with a hell of a lot more intestinal fortitude than your old pal Eric Zane. I would have been gone a week ago. I would have said to my wife and kids, fuck you, and ran away. No, I can't even get behind that. But wow, that was, man, Terry says, am I supposed to be reading this? I'm driving here. No, don't read it, ding dong. Don't do that. No, these guys are, that is something. Holy shit. My God. That is impressive. And I see that in Kiev, I still can't figure out how to say it. They removed all the street signs. This is all like in an effort to keep the Russians from knowing where the fuck they're going, and shit like that. And I had joked about Molotov cocktails. But that actually, the distilleries no longer make booze. They're just making Molotov cocktails. That's all they're doing. And wow, I thought it seemed like a stupid thing at first, but if they don't have guns, they've got Molotov cocktails, which Molotov, isn't that like a Russian thing? Maybe they invented it. Maybe that's what they're known for, the Molotov cocktail. I'm going to get more to this, unpack more of this, all of the things that have gone on since Friday, since we last met, the things people are talking about concerning this war. And I think it's very important to keep talking about this. It's the only thing the world is interested in right now, the war in Ukraine. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Why radio shows avoid this, even podcasters? They avoid it. They don't want to avoid it. They want to talk about it. But the concern is that they'll say the wrong thing or they'll offend somebody. Who cares? Just fucking say what's on your mind. Oh, my God. I heard it. I heard Huge do it. I heard Stu McAllister do it. Guys. Get after it. Do your job. Shit. The NFK had a very important doctor's appointment on Friday. Friday was 6 weeks and since his spine was fused. We met with physician's assistant Tim. It's a great dude. Man. So we had to wash. I had to scrub his asshole beforehand. I don't want to subject Tim to that. So, all right, we got that. We got him clean as a whistle. Off we go. We get in there, and well, good news. Tim said you can start weaning him off of the neck brace that he wears, and he goes, you can keep it off of him when he sleeps. Or Kevin, you can keep it off when you sleep. And if you have a little bit of time during the day where you're just, this is the key thing. This is when I knew he doesn't need it anymore, ever again. He looked at Kevin. He goes, now, if you happen to be, seated in a comfortable chair watching TV, you don't need to wear it. And so I said to myself, well, then he never needs to wear it because quite literally, the day, 24 hours, is 8 hours of sleeping and 16 hours, 14 and a half hours of TV viewing. The other hour and a half is trips to the toilet, trips to the refrigerator to make a mess and get ice water and Hot Pocket creation. That's it. So I took that fucker off him and, not a bit of a complaint. And then he's like, hey, should I be wearing this a little? I go, well, you're not really going out and doing CrossFit, Kevy. I don't do shit. I go, no. I go, well, I mean, if you start to feel discomfort or you don't feel good, but otherwise, I'm going to make the call that just leave that fucker off. Okay? He then gave me, get this, a list, not Kevin, Tim gave me a list of exercises. He goes, after a couple weeks of slowly weaning him off the neck brace, start the exercises. So then I add PT Therapist, physical therapist to my list of jobs. That's going to be fun. Holy shit. Stay tuned. Stay tuned on that one. Then he's checking out the incision on the back of Kevin's neck. And there's a little stitch that's like popping out. Sometimes that happens. And he goes, I go, should that dissolve? And he goes, well, it should, but it's probably a good idea to remove that. So he, got like the tweezers, the instruments, and he pulls the stitch. Now the concern is something that somehow the closed incision will open. And it didn't. I'm not going to make this like super gross or anything, but there was a bit of a pocket where that incision for just like maybe a centimeter, maybe a little, maybe 2 centimeters. Not much at all. Was open, but you couldn't really tell. You don't know if it. There could be an infection risk there. So he takes a look at it and he ponders what he's going to do, and he says, "Okay, if I give you Novocaine and then stitch it up, that's several pokes. I'm gonna have to give you more than one poke of Novocaine, and then I'll use and then several pokes with doing the stitches. So, or I can use a stapler and staple this together, and it's the same amount of pokes, but you won't have any of the Novocaine." Now, I don't know about you. Again, this is the guy who said, I'm going to leave my wife and kids and go run if there's bad guys at the door. Right away, I'm like, in my head saying, oh, God, I would absolutely take the Novocaine, put as much Novocaine in my body or lidocaine, whatever the fuck it is, and then do it. But Kevin goes, fuck it, just staple me up, doc. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, that's probably the best. So he goes and he gets a stapler, and he brings in there's another doctor roaming around, a surgeon, and because Tim's not a surgeon, he's not a doctor, and but he can do this. And the surgeon goes, "Yep, you'll have no problem with this. Just believe it or not, I have a stapler next to me because I was working on my taxes." So he's like. And it sounded, boy, that's crazy. I have a stapler next to me. I was working on my taxes, getting all my records together, and I was using this thing. So I looked to my right, there's a fucking stapler here. Holy shit. So this will be my prop. And so he gets a thing, and it looks a lot like this regular Bostitch stapler. And he goes, okay, you're going to feel a pinch. And then 1, 2 on his tissue. 3. And Kevin does not flinch. He doesn't flinch. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And they're there. And then he goes, okay, now I'm going to send you home with a staple remover. And I'm not kidding you. The shit that they use here is like they get it at fucking Office Depot. And he goes, no, I'm going to leave it in the package, but you just put these 2 prongs underneath the staple. You close this. It'll lift the staple right out. He goes, after about 10 days, you have to remove the staples, Eric. I go, God. Can you imagine? Because I'd probably get grossed out and puke right onto his back. Blah. But my man, he's healing up. Things have gone remarkably well. Some of the comments, Jason Schaefer says NFK did it Rocky style. I'm sorry, that's Chris K. Jason Schaefer says NFK is John McCain. Mick, caught me, Mick, says Patriot Nick. Melissa says pain don't hurt. I don't know what the fuck that's from. Must be a movie. Good jokes. Maureen says, my son took a staple in his head without Novocaine. Ouch. Melissa says that's from Roadhouse. Oh, my God. What a movie. What a amazingly shitty, awesome movie. God, do I love that. So hokey. Shit. Featuring Jeff Healey. Put your readers on. It's McLean, not McCain. Oh. Well, I guess John McCain could have worked, too, because he was like a tough guy. Wasn't he a prisoner of war? I don't know. Sorry. So I messed that up. So what? All right. And we wandered out. We're good. The next meeting is with Dr. Gouge. That's right. Dr. Gouge is the surgeon. We'll meet with him in 5 weeks. Stay tuned. Thanks again for being part of my Patreon. When I get done with this free podcast, it's time for more podcasting. That keeps you from running out of things to listen to during the work week. 15 plus hours of content each and every week on my Patreon. I just dropped 2 episodes of the Lost Zane recordings. One on Friday of last week and one today. Friday's was the day after Election Day 2016 when we couldn't believe that Trump had won the fucking thing. Audio time capsule, I'm telling you. And then Monday we covered a lot of that too. Couldn't believe it. So there you go. That is one of the many things that is available on my Patreon. We'll get back to the Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia game tomorrow. Brian will take on Dale. On Thursday, I released the Insane Asylum, my 2-hour music-driven radio show on Northern Michigan's Q100. On Friday, another edition of the Lost Zane recordings. And typically, I release the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. In addition to all of that, every single day I give you the Patreon bonus, which is kind of like an extension of this show, minus commercials. If you want in $5 or $10 a month, I suggest just putting me on probation. What I mean by that is try it. And if you don't like it or don't listen to it, you're only out $5 or $10. No big deal. It's very easy to cancel. I don't make this a hard process. Try it out. See if you like it. I'm confident you'll like it. Most people who put me on probation and try me out do just the $5 for the audio archive and anything new. So that's cool. Whatever. If not, I get it. Totally get it. And by all means, if you hate that shit, cancel it. Don't feel obligated. Get rid of it, man. What are you doing? But if you like it, you can also convert it to a yearly quite easily. Very easy to convert to a yearly. And then you pay it all up front, and then I'll knock 10% off of that price. And for all of you existing folks, you can convert it at any time. No big deal. That's the smart thing to do. I'll knock 10% off. PAT, P as in Paul, A, T as in Tom, REON, patreon.com/Eric Zane. The open of the show brought to you by Johnson Carpet One. The free podcast is powered by sponsors. Please don't bounce ahead, because you never know when I'm going to say something stupid. And just makes it easier. Then you don't have to keep hitting the button while you're driving. My God, you're going to get in a wreck. Don't do that. Johnson Carpet One Floor and Home Discount Outlet in Granville, Michigan. Tomorrow, they start a massive sale. For the month of March, when you say the name Eric Zane at Johnson Carpet One Floor and Home Discount Outlet, you will not save 10%. You won't. I'm not even kidding. You can today, but not tomorrow and not throughout March because they're having a massive sale. All right? They would be losing money if they gave you the savings that I'm going to tell you about starting tomorrow. And then they had to add 10% for the Eric Zane Show podcast discount. They're really cutting deep, man. They need room at the discount outlet. I'll tell you more about the savings coming up tomorrow, but it's going to be massive. Just know that when you are in West Michigan, the one place you have to go to first is Johnson Carpet One Floor and Home Discount Outlet. The main store is on Chicago Drive, right in a little downtown area of Granville, which is very, very small. Okay, right by Chicago Drive and the fuck is that? Wilson. Right on there. Can't miss it. It's on the south side of the street across from Strider's. A little bit to the west, like quarter mile, is where the discount outlet is. Right behind Little Caesars. Big building, small sign. What are you doing? Well, you guys have, you know what? Seriously, spend some cash. You got this giant side of the building. Put a big fucking sign on that thing. What are you doing? And light it up. My God, Darwin. Kent, that's your store. Kent Drop the E at a U runs the discount outlet. Fucking A, man. Well, you've got a side of a building that is half the size of a football field and a sign that is as big as a cell phone. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. It should all be sign. Red. Bright red sign. Cursive script. Johnson. I'm looking, I'm like, that's the sign? What the fuck? Anyway, that's about the only knock I have on the place. They get everything dirt cheap because they buy so much of it from the manufacturers. It shows up there. Kent has to stack it up inside. You go in and you walk out with it. Lowest price anywhere. I promise you. Johnson Carpet, one floor and home discount outlet. Hang on. I am just parched. Hold on. Sometimes I need a break, you know. Uh-oh, went down the wrong pipe. Oh, boy. All right. Ba-ba-ba-ba, mic check, checka, baby. Hold on. Baby, checka, mic check, baby. Did you hear me on Big 101.3 this weekend? That is the radio home of your old pal, Eric Zane. Washed up morning guy. I still have a radio job. Some of you are like, wait, what? Yeah, I'm on the radio on the weekends on Big 101.3. iHeartRadio's Big 101.3. I would describe it as hits from the 60s and the 70s. You know what's interesting about it is on that radio station, they'll play some songs and they have huge edits that shorten the song for some reason. I don't know why radio does this. I mean, like there's a song by Paul Rogers and the band Free. All right now, baby, it's all right now. And it's like a 4-minute, 20-second song, and it's like 3 minutes long there. And I'm like, what? Why do you do that? Why do you edit it? Dream On is edited. It's way too short. Anyway, thank you for listening. Big 101.3. The fun hits you know. People are giving me shit at the hockey game because, hey, how come they keep calling it the new Big 101.3? And because it's been around for 2.5 years. And I go, I don't know. I have no idea. Well, it's not new. I go, well, get over it. Who gives a shit? Minutia. Big deal. I don't call it new Big 101.3. I just say Big 101.3. The fun. No, I think I do. I say Big 101.3, the fun hits you know. Yeah, but I don't say new. I say fun hits you know, but I don't say new. They shorten it so they can brag that they play more songs than anyone else. I don't think so. Peter Dink, whatever, says, and now an oldie but a goodie from the Archies. Yes, we do play the Archies. Sugar, pepper, 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 honey, pepper, pepper, pepper. You are my candy girl. A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. Reach out to Joe Martinez today, 616-516-8579 for any type of furnace work, air conditioning work. You got a tune-up coming up. We're months away from firing up The air conditioners, my God. 616-516-8579. If you need to retrofit the house, if you have new construction, if God forbid you're buying a house this time of year, Jesus, you got to put a furnace and a air conditioner in that thing. A&E heating and cooling. You know, one of the reasons why there's a shortage in housing is because no one is building homes right now because it is so expensive to build a home right now. My God, lumber is like, remarkably expensive. Somebody was talking about that exact thing with me this past weekend. Sorry, just popped into my brain.
For too long, we've lived in a world of canceled and delayed. No more. Those plans you've been making, they're on. Thanks to OnGo, the #1 ranked at-home rapid COVID-19 test. So that vacation where you get to swim with the pigs, it's on. Your friend's wedding that was pushed back 4 times, it's on. The roar of the stadium, it's on too. OnGo, COVID-19 test results in minutes. OnGo is available at letsongo.com/radio and Amazon. This product has been authorized by the FDA during the public health emergency only, and only for the detection of proteins from SARS-CoV-2, not other viruses. The claim #1 ranked is supported by ECRI's usability evaluation conducted in December 2021.
Winter can wreak havoc on your skin. Hey, it's Kayla, and it's not just the weather, but as a new mom, I've seen my skin change in ways that I'm not too happy about. But that's where the Skin Center has you covered. Their most popular treatment is Botox because they're the best at it. They've been ranked a top 10 provider in the nation by Allergan Aesthetics, the makers of Botox. And their best facial is what I got. It's the Hydra Facial. It exfoliates, extracts, and hydrates all at once. So save your skin from these winter blues and DM at the Skin Center MD on Instagram and mention code Kayla to get $100 off your first Botox or filler treatment or any skincare package.
Don't forget about Blue Frost IT as well, the managed IT service provider for the Eric Zane Show podcast. If you work for the woman or work for the man, or maybe you are the woman or you are the man, you need tech support. And, okay, like if you're getting set to upgrade the tech in your business, if you're working for the man or the woman, or you are the man or the woman, call upon Blue Frost IT. When I say if you work for, what I mean is, hey, suggest that they do this. If you hear that the boss is going to upgrade the tech, suggest Blue Frost IT. The boss will sit down for a complimentary consultation with Blue Frost IT about what they're going to need to do to get their tech up to date. That's an always changing landscape of tech, you know. And if you just go into it not knowing what the fuck you're doing, you might buy the wrong stuff, buy too much, buy too little. Have a complimentary consultation with Blue Frost IT. They will take care of the upgrade project for you and help you through that. Use their expertise, okay? Don't think that you know what the hell you're doing. You don't. You're in a different line of work. You're not in IT. Blue Frost IT. Okay. More on Ukraine. In fact, I would say everything for the next several minutes is going to be about Ukraine. I heard this twice. Once on the radio from our pal Huge, and once from Stu McAllister. I don't know why people who talk into a microphone for a living are so gun shy about talking about the thing that the whole world is talking about. My God, what are you doing? And I heard both Stu on a podcast and Huge on the radio set it up like this. Their shows start like Bill's. The first thing Bill's talking about in his fucking monologue. Oh, I'm not talking politics, but. So, in fact, he did the trifecta. He goes, no, I'm not talking Ukraine, but. And then he proceeded to talk about Ukraine. I'm not talking politics, but. And then talk politics. And then he even got into like COVID and masks. He was hitting all the hot button issues. Like, well, that's actually pretty good. But would you stop setting me up of when you talk about it by saying I'm not talking about it? Because invariably you are talking about it. Quit being a puss and just talk about it. Stu, same thing. I'm not talking about it, and then you talk about it. What the fuck are you doing? There are so many amazing stories to talk about concerning this. And I don't think it's fair to the people in the world that listen to whatever you listen to have somebody who's a huge pussy say, I'm not going to talk about it, and then talk about it. And then, it was like, well, wait, what's going on here? You kind of half talking about it? And then whenever they set themselves up, they put it into their brain that, I shouldn't be talking about this now, so I better be careful. Oh, fuck it, let it fly. Who gives a shit? It's an absolutely amazing story. Gigantic story. Whoever you're listening to, if they dance around it, I don't know what's worse, ignoring it or dancing around it. Because Bill and Stu danced around it with the I'm not going to talk about technique. I hate that shit. But I don't know what I hate more, the dance around it technique or the ignore it technique. Because the ignore technique means they're going to replace whoever you're listening to. Could be anybody, hypothetically. That story, which there's tons of amazing things to talk about, with, silly shit. And I understand that's not this type of show. Well, come on, man. It's got to be fun, interesting, or compelling. Funny, interesting, or compelling. You got to go with the fucking flow, man. Like, who wouldn't want to talk about the story about the Russians in, where was this? Ukraine's Snake Island. Which, what a name for a place, Snake Island. I keep picturing like Snake Plissken from Escape from New York. Remember that one? The John Carpenter film with, who the fuck starred in that, man? It was the dude from The Coach. He was the coach in Miracle. Patrick Swayze. The fuck was the guy with the hair? Snake Plissken. It's not Patrick Swayze. He wasn't in Miracle. Son of a bitch. Jeff Bridges. Married to Chris Robinson's ex-mother-in-law. Married to Goldie Hawn. Kurt Russell, that's it, Snake Plissken. Holy shit. The gears in my head, you saw them spinning. They're at Snake Island. My God. John Jamingo, out of the great state of New Jersey, the Philly fanatic, says, who didn't know me from Adam prior to this podcast, but he does know what I used to do for a living. Says, because he's kind of a radio head, I've been checking in with free beer and hot wings. That's interesting that you would have an interest in that. He says they have to entertain with one hand tied behind their back because they are on the radio. No, they do not have to. They do not have to. They choose to. It's a big difference. Aram says, of course not. Free Beer and Hot Wings wants to offer people, quote, an escape. Yes. From what everyone else is talking about. Dummies. There's a reason everyone is talking about it. That's been my kind of mission statement since I started this show. You have to talk about what the world is talking about, you dick. All right. Yes, you have to. You can't sidestep the fact that we're on the doorstep of what's already in the story of the past. I mean, my God, outside of COVID, this is so fuck. I mean, wait. At what point does radio and that show in particular start talking about it? When a nuclear bomb is dropped? Oh, that'll never happen. Oh, really? When the U.S. gets involved, actually sends troops over there? When Russia invades another country? Because I'll tell you this right now. There's talk about some of the neighboring countries in the area and other parts of Europe, like Norway or Sweden, of Russia invading there. There's talk about Putin actually becoming crazed with power, losing his mind. You want to talk about dealing the rest of the world into the war? Holy fuck. Then what are you going to do? Get your heads out of your asses and do some fucking real work. My God. But that's just me. What do I know, you know? Anyway, back to Snake Island. As far as I understand, Snake Island is kind of guarded by a bunch of border guards. They don't have a big, the Ukrainians didn't have a big military contingency on Snake Island. The Russians had a warship in the Black Sea. And the warship reached out to the Ukrainians on Snake Island, and they sent a message. Now, it's all in Russian. I've played enough foreign language material on the show today, but I'll include it in the show notes. You can check it out for yourself in case you speak Russian. Translated, it comes out to, I am a Russian warship. The person in the call to Snake Island said, I ask that you lay down your arms and surrender to avoid bloodshed. And there's only I think a handful of guards that are hearing this. And there's a Russian warship aimed at Snake Island. Lay down your arms and surrender to avoid bloodshed and unnecessary deaths. Otherwise, you will be bombed. 13 guards were there. The Russians keyed on the mic and they said, Russian warship, go fuck yourself. Oh, God. That was it. The Russians said, okay. And they unloaded and they're all dead. They killed all the people on Snake Island. I can show you this. That's Snake Island right there. Holy fuck. There's not much to Snake Island. And then the Russians blew it up. Motherfuck. So the Russians meant business, but then again, so did the Ukrainians. Wow. I don't know if that's a great thing there. I think it's kind of stupid that they did that, the Ukrainians. I'll get to that in a second. On our Zemini Island, it says, so I guess it has another name. Defending it to the last, all the border guards died heroically, said Ukrainian President Zelensky. But they did not give up. All of them will be posthumously awarded the title of Hero of Ukraine. Hundreds of troops were killed on the first day of Russia's military assault on Ukraine. Attention is now, this is an old story. But I don't know. What if they said, all right. And then, because if you're there on Snake Island and the ship is a mile away, you can't really do any damage to the ship. Why don't you say, all right, Russians, we're laying down our arms. And then when they get there, pick the arms back up and shoot them in the fucking face. At least then you've got a puncher's chance of some type. Otherwise, all we have here is just Snake Island with 13 dead Ukrainians and no chance for any type of taking out any of the Russians. What if it's a scene out of Star Wars where Darth Vader would board the enemy ship, whatever. And maybe somebody gets a lucky shot and hits him in the head or something like that. I don't know. What if their admiral, whatever, fucking boards Snake Island and some guy shoots him in the fucking face, picks up his arms, boom, whatever. So I think this was a huge mistake by the Ukrainians. Now they're just, all they did was nothing. They just died. They're just a mess. Their bodies are laying there. I mean, think about it. If you're one of the 13 and one of them is able to fucking shoot the bad guys or hide, like guerrilla warfare, hide on the fucking island, say, we are giving up. Come take us away to the gulag or whatever, and then hide. And then when the bad guys show up, you're hiding, shooting. That's what. This is stupid. This is all dumb as shit by these guys. If I'm Zelensky, I say, Snake Island was defended by stupid people. And we are not giving an award posthumously for their stupidity. They are not. We put the least skilled tacticians on Snake Island. Yes, this is a tough talk story, but in the grand scheme of things, these were the stupidest of our Ukrainian fighters. And in fact, they weren't even allowed to leave the island. We were listening to a podcast by some American named Eric Zane, and he has his father on once a week, and we came up with an idea for the island, Snake Island, because of him. And the island was full of criminals and sexual predators and perverts and murderers and rapists. We put them on the island, and it was guarded by 13 of our stupidest. So we would airdrop food over there to Snake Island, and that's the only point of Snake Island. So this is not a loss, and we will not be honoring them going forward. They did not do their jobs, and they are idiots. That is what should have happened. Now I'm seeing Scuttle on the chat. They are not dead. The story broke last night. Chris says, so last week you were telling them to all roll over and surrender, and now you're teaching guerrilla warfare. Well, the sign of a great podcaster is the ability to adapt one's opinion from time to time. Ukrainian Navy confirms Snake Island soldiers are alive and now POWs. The Navy added that a civilian ship has gone to the island to help the victims after the attack, but it was captured by the Russians. The Navy demanded the release of Ukrainian citizens. All right, well, still. Sounds pretty screwed up. Yeah, Chris, give me a break. Give me a break. Okay. Patriot Nick, Fuckface Nick, has now given 383 gift subscriptions to the channel. Okay. Can you guys perhaps, thank you very much for that. But if Nick gives you a subscription, don't let him buy another one. Buy it on your own when the month expires, or just sign up for several months or something like that. My God. John Jamingo refers to your old pal Eric Zane as the great flip-flopper. In what way? What are you talking about? Just because I said the Ukrainians should all leave Ukraine? That is excellent advice. And I am not now saying... I think Daisy just puked over my shoulder. And I am not now saying don't leave Ukraine. If I was a flip-flopper, I would say, go fight, you pussies. I'm not doing that. I'm not a flip-flopper. What are you talking about? Shut up, John. The fuck is wrong with you? Okay, I would be ripping Rogan a new one, but what he did, I've done this. Joe Rogan is getting... tons of shit. Hold on a second. I had the story and then I lost it. Joe Rogan is getting mocked mercilessly. And I am not going to mock Joe Rogan because, again, I've done this. In the heat of battle, sometimes you say things and they're not vetted. So I get it. But I don't know how. I don't know how this one slipped by. I don't know how his first instinct wasn't, wait a minute, we better check this. There was a story going around that Steven Seagal has joined the Russian forces, the Russian special forces in the invasion. And there's a picture of a guy with a gun and I don't know, whatever. And it's fake. It's completely fake. And I was sitting on the toilet this morning. I go, well, this can't be real. And I did 1 second of research on the toilet in between ass wipings. And it's fake. Steven Seagal has not joined the Russians in trying to take out the Ukrainians. On Monday, Joe Rogan's been mocked for sharing a fake CNN report claiming that Steven Seagal joined the Russian Special Forces station near Kyiv. I keep wanting to say Kiev. On Monday, the 54-year-old podcaster posted a forged screenshot of a news report that depicts Seagal wearing the Special Forces uniform with a gun in his hand. Had a gun in his hand. Bullets started flying everywhere. People started to scream. Name the song, Adam. Intelligence agencies around the world have spotted American actor Steven Seagal among Russian Special Forces positioned around the outskirts of Gostomel airfield near Kyiv, captured by Russian airborne troops, the fake news report states. In his own caption of the post, Rogan wrote, "If I had to guess the plot of this fucked up movie we're living through, I would say we are about 14 hours from the arrival of the aliens." On social media, Rogan was criticized posting memes during such a severe situation. Come on now. Don't criticize him. We all have moments of stupidity and weakness. I have done this too. No big deal. But you see, everybody loves to kill Rogan. And he is so lucky for this. I mean, that is so damn good for business. My God. I wish when I fuck up every single day, someone talked about it. Tank Sinatra, who has nearly 3 million followers on Instagram, wrote, "This is obviously photoshopped. I may be a beluga whale, but I do make memes for a living, so I like to think I can detect a meme with my sonar." Another person commented, "I'm waiting for the fact check hammers on posts like this." Another person added, "If I had to Google, make sure this wasn't real." And this person, just being overly dramatic, wrote, "I am so ashamed of you, Joe Rogan," wrote an angry fan. "You go on and post about alien invasions and living in movies, but when actual tragedy starts with real people dying, you are silent." They added, "When a real monster needs to be stopped, you do nothing." Oh, what the fuck is he gonna do? Come on. Is it because you actually are not so objective and curious, but you are definitely brainwashed for good? Speak up. Condemn atrocities. You have a huge platform. Act like a leader and stop posting irrelevant stuff, making it all look like a joke. It's not. Yeah, no one's saying that, you asshole. If Joe Rogan condemns the Russians, what the fuck is that going to do? Everybody's condemning the Russians. In fact, so many people are condemning the fucking Russians that you look like a fucking honk if you condemn the Russians. Of course people are condemning the Russians. Now the only people that are condemning the Russians are these virtue signaling cocksuckers who want to look like they're doing something amazing to help the situation. You're not helping shit, you asshole. You want to help them? Spend $5 million and fucking hand deliver a javelin to these fucks on the front line. Now that'll work. I can live with that. If your idea of helping out is to post that you don't like it, you're a dick. Shut the fuck up. My God. Yeah, the ship has sailed on hammering Rogan. Fuck it. It's over. No one cares anymore. I told you already. Oops, I just bumped my own nose on this microphone. I told you already. Rogan calls black people monkeys and no one cares. Quit trying to get him for shit that doesn't matter. You're yelling at him because he fell for a dumb joke, and you're yelling at him because he's not condemning Russia. Why don't you eat shit? All right. Radio voice Linda says everyone is condemning them except for the former president. Yeah, Trump. Talk about a guy who is the unhammered nail. Trump's like, Putin. Yes, Putin is brilliant. This is a smart man. And he's like, oh, no. Fucking A. He hasn't said shit. He is the only one to not say shit. He's actually given the guy compliments. That's like going back to World War II as Hitler's basically invading country after country, and there'd be some guy, some bigwig in America saying, "That Hitler, I tell you what, he's fucking on fire. I love to hate Hitler." Meanwhile, Trump, as we all know, kept $400 million in aid from Ukraine because of the whole trying to stir that shit up with Hunter Biden back in the day. Remember that? Crank said he called him a murdering psychopath. What more do you want? Yeah, I know that, but nobody hears that. He also called him a genius. It isn't going to matter. It's not going to matter. You're going to vote for him anyway. And he is running again. I think he was, Trump was speaking at another asshole convention. What do they call those things? PACs or something like that? You dumb shits probably go there and buy T-shirts, those stupid things. I think he said, that's right, we're going to do it again. We're running again. So there you go. You got your guy, CPAC. Now, what are some of you ding-dongs going to do when, what's his name from Florida? Ron DeSantis runs. Because, you know, that, you got to figure out which asshole you want to vote for. What are you going to do? I mean, if it's Trump v. DeSantis in 3 years? So right now, when does the campaigning start? Because right now we're just over a year into the since Biden was inaugurated. What do you think about maybe 2 years from now is when it really starts to get hot and heavy? Maybe a year and a half. Let's go with a year and a half from now. I am excited to see how this goes for you red staters. What are you going to do? What piece of shit are you going to vote for? Jamingo is going for piece of shit DeSantis over bigger piece of shit Trump. Wow. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited to see how you idiots vote for your dickhead president. I'm going, as of right now, straight ticket. Straight Democrat. That's where I stand on this. Unless there's some remarkable change where you get a Republican who's not a cocksucker, and I'd consider it. Otherwise, fuck you. Crank's getting into it with Radio Voice Linda. From a strategic war game standpoint, it was a smart move. How do you know? What do you know about it? It was a smart move. You don't know shit about it. So how can you possibly say what's a smart move and what's not a smart move? Doesn't make Putin a good guy. He's still a murderer, just a smart one. How do you know? I don't understand how you think. I don't know he's a smart one. I don't know who's smart and who's not smart. Did you give him an IQ test? How is it that you think Putin is smart? What did you do? Because he decided to invade a country, you've given him the tag of smart? Ding dong. I don't give any of these fuckheads with the power to blow up the world the credential of smart. He's smart. Really? How do you know? Facts. Give me some facts on how you know Putin is smart. He's a bully. Dum-dum. And so are you. Alex Ovechkin v. Dominic Hashick. Oh, my God. This is great. I'm going to get to that in a second. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage invites you, if you're in the market for a mortgage, to set aside your hatred of me and call Mario. No matter where you are in the United States, with the exception of South Carolina, Maine, Alaska, and Hawaii, call Mario when you're ready. Even when you're just exploring the options, call Mario. Now, I'm not suggesting that you skip out on your family member who does mortgages or your friend who does mortgages. Just include Mario in that process. Now, in fact, a little pulling back the curtain, my pal Kyle Ryan there, he does mortgages. But he is not a sponsor of this show. So I will tell you that Mario is a million times better than Kyle. As much as I love Kyle, he's not nearly as good as Mario. He's 1%, 1/10 of 1% as good as Mario. Kyle's like, fuck you, you asshole. Anyway. Call on Mario for a refi, or your first mortgage, or your 10th mortgage, whatever it may be. 231-332-6505. Today is the last day of the sponsorship for Horizon Hydroponics. And I am sad. 2 years. 2 years. They said, you know, Zane, we're basing this on people who didn't use the coupon code. If they had gone to the website and typed in Zane Show to save 10%. That's what they were basing it on. And I have no qualms with any of that. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Horizon Hydroponics. One more time, dicks out for Horizon Hydroponics. Order from anywhere in the U.S. Shipping is free for orders $150 or more. That's a new thing. It used to be $250. When you order online, use the coupon code Zane Show to save, tear from my eye, 10%. In fact, after this date, still try it because maybe it'll work. I don't know. Who knows? Try it. Maybe they'll forget about it. If you are in West Michigan, you can do that same thing. Order it online and then pick it up if you like. Otherwise, they'll mail it to you. For any type of product to help you with your grow, whatever you're growing, vegetables, fruits, flowers, grass, cannabis, I don't know, succulents. Remember the last time when I called it succubus? HorizonHydroponics.com, HORIZEN, hydroponics.com. Thank you to Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid. Picked up the 07 Accord. Passed that along to Madison. Thank you for doing such an amazing job repairing the vehicle. 616-532-6600. I checked out the expansion. They're actually expanding the business right now. There's construction ongoing, and my God, that is exciting. I am so happy for you guys. They are in West Michigan. Well worth it to take your car to Irvine's, no matter where you are in the area. 616-532-6600 for Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Don't take my word for it. Check out their Google reviews on their website. ERVines, ervines.com. Thank you so much to Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Did you see the video from Jocko Willink? God, who sent me this one? This is the guy that I love. I love Jocko. Good. Okay, this is interesting. I'll see if I get this right now. Jocko Willink. This is kind of grandstanding, I think. I think he might be doing it for the brand. That's the impression I got with this. It's a little long. I don't know if I'll get through the whole thing. But this is Jocko Willink, podcaster. He's, I believe, Jocko Navy SEAL, has been in war. And he's a very, very serious man. Jocko is role-playing in this clip that he is the president of the United States. Okay. Let me make sure I get it right. Okay, there we go. And you'll hear it now.
President Putin, recently you ordered your troops into Ukraine, which is a sovereign nation, and this was a mistake. You underestimated the capability and the fighting spirit of the brave Ukrainian people.
Again, he's role playing here. He's like he's the president. Jocko has, that's the look of a guy who's getting ready to beat the fuck out of you. I mean, honestly, he's very thought provoking and smart. You can just tell by how he speaks. He's very focused in the things he says, but that's also the look of a guy who can fucking kill you 10 ways with his stare.
And that's understandable. My country made that same mistake in Vietnam, in Iraq, and in Afghanistan. These mistakes led to drawn-out conflicts that depleted our finances, our materials, and cost us much of our most precious resource of all, American blood. Your country has made that same mistake in the past as well. In Afghanistan, and more recently in Chechnya.
Jocko could also bring up Stalingrad too in World War II, where Russia tried to do that. Germany tried to do that to the Russians, and holy fuck, it was the bloodiest battle that's ever happened. So he's right. I mean, these are all great examples.
Now you have made that same mistake again, but you have also made another mistake. You misjudged the international community, who has universally condemned your actions. You have been cut off financially. Your supply chain has been severed. You are standing alone from a military perspective. You will receive no support.
Again, this is what Jocko would do if he were the president, so he says.
Yet on the contrary, your enemy, the free people of Ukraine, are going to receive an unlimited supply of weapons, ammunition, fuel, food, and troops from nations around the world.
And I don't know what is fact and what is fiction. In this, I'm assuming that right now that is true based on the other clip that we played, that that's actually what's happening. Some of this is fiction that you'll figure out.
This will be a war of attrition against the most well-supported freedom fighters the world has ever seen. And you will lose. That is the reality. But I don't want that. I do not want war. I do not want suffering. And I don't want to see our once great ally, the Russian people, consumed by the devastation of war. So, I am solemnly requesting that you immediately correct this mistake by withdrawing all your troops from Ukraine starting within the next 48 hours. If you do so, I will personally see to it that there are no further ramifications against your country. I will find a way to negotiate a peaceful agreement with Ukraine that addresses your concerns. And finally, I will help rebuild your infrastructure, and I will support actions that will help to rebuild your economy. This is a generous offer to your nation, a nation with a history of great strength, a nation who we once stood side by side with to defeat the evil Third Reich. I hope you accept this request for peace.
He's really in character, isn't he?
But
it's excellent.
If you do not comply, there will be consequences. I have been to war, and I do not like it, but I know how to wage it.
I'm pausing this because this is clear. We need to immediately, forcibly remove Biden from office and just make Jocko do it, okay? And then make it so that he's the president until the day he dies. And there will be no more elections in the United States because we have Jocko. That's what I feel. Fuck all of this shit. This is the guy.
12 hours ago, I gave an order sending 3 aircraft carrier battle groups to the vicinity. I also gave the order for the deployment of 50,000 combat-ready soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines to our NATO allies bordering Ukraine.
Soldiers, Marines, whatever.
These include surface-to-air and surface-to-surface missile systems. It includes combat aviation and aviation support teams. And it also includes medical, logistics, infantry, and special operations units. The United States of America will bring the full spectrum of lethal warfare to the battlefield. That being said, we will not get into a ground war with you. America does not need to. The brave Ukrainian men and women will fight for their own country. History tells us of their courage, and they are already proving their mettle in battle once again.
All right, I wonder if he's reading a script, or I don't think he is. I think he just knows his shit.
But with our technological capabilities and assets, our eminently prepared troops, and our partnerships with allies and the undaunted Ukrainian people on the ground, I promise you, your aircraft will be destroyed. Your missile systems will be destroyed. All of your tanks and armored fighting vehicles will be destroyed. Your naval vessels in proximity of the conflict will be destroyed. And many of your fine soldiers and sailors will be killed. It will be a devastating loss, and your country's military and economy will take years to rebuild. But I don't want that. My generation of Americans have been at war for 2 decades. We don't want war. We want peace. For Russia, for Ukraine, for Europe, and for the world. So please carefully consider my offer. Withdraw your troops. And let's move forward together in a positive way that avoids further war and bloodshed and brings peace and prosperity to the world. The choice is yours. I am standing by for your reply.
All right. Some are saying, sorry. Some of you guys said, I can see his eyes moving. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's reading or he isn't, or he isn't reading. At the end of the day, though, that's, fucking crazy man has nuclear weapons. That's the big difference here. Yes, we all want to run through a fucking wall for that guy. But I don't know, man. That type of if let's just say in a fantasy world that Jocko was the president, and that type of and we did do that. We sent the troops. We did all the shit he said. Oh my God, that is some serious stones right there, because you're dealing with a madman, and I would be very concerned that he'd lob a couple across the pond or something like that. And then what? That would be quite a gamble. So, and remember, Putin was very quick to bring that up when on the minutes before he invaded Ukraine, before the Russians started to invade Ukraine. He said that. May I remind you that we are a nuclear power, or whatever the fuck he said. And to me, that's the only reason why we haven't struck swiftly and other nations haven't struck swiftly, is because the fucking bully, Russia, has nuclear weapons. Okay? And we can only assume that they would be willing to use them. You can march into countries like Iran. You can march into Afghanistan. You can march into all these countries that don't have that capability and, not have to worry about that. You have to worry about that right now. So, yes, this is fun on almost like an entertaining way to listen to something like this. But I think that everything that this man just said, in my opinion, is insane. I think that that's lunacy, to gamble with lives that could be snuffed out by a nuclear attack. And that's why I think this is so GD important to talk about right now, because this is a situation not to be fucked with. And so the rest of the free world kind of walks on a fine line about the involvement. The trying to dismantle Russia through any way possible, not including the things he just said. And even that, since Putin appears to be a madman who may be becoming more enraged and incensed with every Russian MiG that's brought down, still might do it. And I'm very concerned about that. I laugh and joke on my podcast and make cracks all the time, but I'm very, very concerned about this. Very concerned. And there isn't a damn thing we can do about it, no matter who's in office, frankly. All right, just thought I'd share. I actually wasn't even going to play that damn thing today. I was like, this is too long. But no, I'm kind of glad I did. Because, it's fun to hear that type of tough talk. But I don't know if that type of thing would be wise. I honestly think that the world is being held hostage right now. Hockey player Alex Ovechkin. He made a comment. He was asked whether he supports Putin. Ovechkin probably one of the 5 greatest hockey players to ever play, said, "He's my president, but I'm not in politics." Now, he speaks with broken English. "I'm an athlete, and how I said, I hope everything is going to be done soon. It's a hard situation right now for both sides." He sounds like Trump talking about Charlottesville. Remember? He was talking about both sides. Ovechkin says, "I'm not in control of the situation." There was a little bit more to it than that. Hang on a second here. Former NHL goalie Dominic Hashick is the one who's lighting into him. I would say it's a hard situation, the Washington Capitals left wing said at a Friday news conference. "I have lots of friends in Russia and Ukraine," Ovechkin said, "and it's hard to see another war. I hope it's going to be over soon and there's going to be peace in the whole world." Ovechkin has been careful to show his support of both countries as Russian-American relations have soured in recent years. But when pressed about his friendship with and previous support of Russian President Vladimir Putin at a Friday news conference, he tried to take a neutral stance. "Well, he's my president, but how I said, I'm not in politics. I'm an athlete," which, okay, that's bullshit. Yeah, but you have a brain. Just say you love him. I mean, I have more respect for the athlete that says, "Yep, Team Putin," than I am the guy who is a pussy. How I said, I hope everything's going to be done soon. It's a hard situation right now for both sides. Everything like how I said, everything I hope is going to be end, and I'm not in control of situation. Please, no more war. Doesn't matter who's in the war. Russia, Ukraine, different countries. I think we live in a world like we have to live in peace and a great world. Okay. So again, he struggles with English. Okay. Let us get into Dominic Hashick. Arguably the greatest goalie in the world who ever played the game. In fact, now at 57 years old, I'm guessing Dom could start for like half of the league. That has nothing to do with this. I think he's Czech or Slovakian. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He wrote, "What? Not only in alibist." I'm not sure what an alibist is, but he refers, maybe it's a typo, but I don't know what the word alibist means. He says, "Not only an alibist," referring to Ovechkin, "a chicken shit, but also a liar. Every adult in Europe knows well that Putin is a mad killer and that Russia is waging an offensive war against the free country and its people." Hasek continues, and he goes so far as to say this: "The National Hockey League must immediately suspend contracts for all Russian players." Fuck. Every athlete represents not only himself and his club, but also his country and its values and actions. That is a fact. If the NHL does not do so, it has indirect co-responsibility for the dead in Ukraine. I also want to write that I am very sorry for those Russian athletes who condemn Vladimir Putin and his Russian aggression in Ukraine. However, at the moment, I also consider their exclusion a necessity. Holy fuck. So not only is he calling Ovechkin a chicken shit, which he kind of is. I mean, if it's clear he loves Putin. Take a stand one way or the other. So he calls him a chicken shit for that and a liar. And then he doubles down with all Russian contracts in the NHL should be canceled. My God. Based on the score for the Wings-Leafs game Saturday, 100% Hasek could start. Oh, my God. What the fuck happened there? What was the final score of that? Last night, at one point, it was 7-2. And then I think the Wings scored a bunch late. I think it was 10-7 or something like that. Oh, my God. So no Russian players in the, he writes NFL, but I think he means NHL. No Russian players in the NHL, just Canadian players? Well, I mean, there's tons of European players. Swedes, Germans, and such. U.S., Canadian. Finns, the Finns are there. Yeah, I don't know if people are going to get behind Ovi or Dominic Hashick saying all Russian contracts should be suspended. But I don't know. I'm sure some people will actually agree with that. But I love that he calls Ovechkin a chicken shit. Speaking of sports and this whole conflict, this war, you're going to be introduced to Russian Nordic combined athlete Vyacheslav Barkov. He speaks English as a second language. He has more balls than Putin. I'm sorry, he has more balls than Ovechkin because he makes it known that he fully supports Russia in this. Here's the clip. This dude gets done with whatever he's doing, his skiing run, and a reporter wants to talk to him about the war.
How is it to compete with all that's happening in the world?
How is it to compete with all that is happening in the world? Hang on. I always have a sinking feeling that I'm doing this wrong. Okay, I think I got it.
How is it to compete with all that's happening in the world?
What is happening in the world?
What's happening? No, it's a war.
Where?
In Ukraine.
Oh, in Ukraine, this is a rescue saving operation.
Okay. That last word is Russia. It is saving Russia. He just referred to the invasion of Ukraine as saving Russia. Okay, so Alex Ovechkin's like, fuck, that's what I should have done. I got called a chicken shit. I should have done what this guy did and said, yeah, fucking Russia. Let's go fuck up Ukraine.
What is happening in the world?
And how about that voice? What is happening in the world?
What's happening? No, it's a war.
Where?
In Ukraine.
Oh, in Ukraine, this is a rescue saving operation.
What an asshole. At least you know what you're getting with this guy. At least he's not afraid to speak his mind. Yeah, of course, we're saving Russia. What an asshole. Fuck that guy. I hope he gets shot on his next run. Fucking idiot. All right. I'm going to wrap the show up just a bit. No, I'm not. I've got a little bit more. I have to tell you the case of the frozen cheesecake. I said cheesesteak. The case of the frozen cheesecake. My God. Holy shit. Tag Accounting reminds you that tax season is going on right now. In fact, I've got my appointment tomorrow with the Gins, the tax hobbit. There's still time for you to get on his radar. No matter where you are in the U.S., have the Gins do your taxes. Certified public accountant. Call Barbara at the office, 616-301-9516, and get on her radar. Tag Accounting, this is Barbara. Yeah, Eric Zane sent me. I want Troy to do my personal tax return. 616-301-9516. Online at tagcpa.net. There's a email address on the website if you want to send an email. Bosco's Pub. We're meeting Monday, March 14th at 6 p.m. Bosco's Pub in Hudsonville, Michigan. I think Bosco is a Russian name. Don't hold it against them. That's the name of their dog. They've got a bulldog. Doug and Dee Dee, their bulldog's name is Bosco. Bosco's Pub, now with no Russian vodka. Only Tito's and Ukrainian vodka. I think. Nowadays, that's a thing. If you go into a bar that they have like Smirnoff or whatever Russian vodka on there, people are getting pissed at you. They're demanding you pour it out right there. That's like a big deal. We used to drink Pop-Off vodka, which is shit. It's the low bottom shelf vodka. Oh my God. Guaranteed hangover. Bosco's Pub now with no Russian vodka, all Ukrainian vodka. The home of Ukrainian vodka in West Michigan is Bosco's Pub. And if someone makes a mistake and has a bottle of Russian vodka, you're allowed to grab the bottle and bash Doug across the face with it. That's their guarantee. If you see any Russian vodka, they're encouraging you to go behind the bar, get the bottle, and bash Doug right in the face with it. Bosco's Pub in Hudsonville, Michigan. Wednesday through Saturday, they open at 11:30 a.m. Monday and Tuesday, they open at 4 p.m. Close whenever the last drunk leaves. My Policy Shop Insurance. Frank the Tank Fuss. If you or someone you know or love is getting set to turn 65, please pass along this information. Frank Fuss wants to help you get your Medicare plan in order. It's very easy to screw this up if you do it on your own. Why not have a pro do it, and it costs you nothing? 616-914-4070. You're like, Eric Zane, how's that even possible? Well, as a licensed independent insurance agent / broker, one of his fields of expertise, he is a Medicare Advantage plan expert. And then he is going to make sure that your loved one or you gets in the right policy. And then the people that produce the policies, whatever company, could be Blue Cross, Blue Shield, doesn't matter, Priority, they pay Frank because they're like, oh, thank God you got us yet another Medicare recipient for our health care. That's what he does. So you use him, you pay nothing, and then you get the best care possible because he's the expert. 616-914-4070. Please mention my name. About a month ago, maybe a little more, I visited my father, Eric and Diana, I think Madison maybe, my dad, Meathead, and Joanne. And we had dinner. And then Diana, it was time for the dessert, the cheesecake, and we brought it. And when we got there, Diana put it in storage. That storage was the freezer. And she pulls the cheesecake out of the freezer. She immediately slices it up and serves it to us. And there's strawberries on top, Sara Lee frozen cheesecake. Well, it was a Sara Lee cheesecake. And we all took a bite out of it, and you could feel and taste the ice chips, frozen food. We're eating a frozen cheesecake. And right away, we all go, what's up with the cheesecake? Why is it frozen? And Diana's holding the box up, and she says, well, that's what it says. And we go, wait, frozen cheesecake? Why would who eats cheesecake frozen? And she says, I'm reading the box. Serving directions. Store cheesecake frozen until ready to use. That's all she needed to read. Now, after that, there's a long list of directions about what to do with the cheesecake. Now, I wouldn't need those directions, nor would anyone else on God's green earth, because cheesecake is not eaten frozen. Okay? You don't eat cheesecake frozen. Just like you don't drink hot chocolate cold. I don't need to search for the answer there. But she looks at the box, and all she sees is store cheesecake frozen until ready to use in this moment at my dad's house. Now, then she continues to read, though. It says, 1, remove lid from pan, cut frozen cheesecake, push up on bottom of pan till cake releases. And then it starts to get murky for her because it says, if thawing slices, dip knife into warm water before cutting, cover unused portion and return to freezer. Place slices or whole cake on plate and thaw as directed. That's step 4. And then it gives you a quick thaw method. You can use the microwave, or you can thaw it in the refrigerator. But it's clear. You must thaw the fucking cheesecake. At no point does it say eat frozen. But she read store cheesecake frozen until ready to use. We all go, wait a minute, what are you doing? So then we read the rest of the box and we had a big laugh. Okay? Now, if that were it, if that were the story, that would be enough. That's funny. But now this goes to an incredibly ridiculous level of nonsense that I was floored by. Our beloved Justin, my daughter's fiance, just became a CPA, and it was his day to pick the meal at the house. You know where this is going. You absolutely know exactly. He said, I want sloppy joes with the green peppers and the onions and the garlic. I love that so much. With macaroni salad, homemade French fries Mr. Z makes, and cheesecake. Congratulations, by the way, Justin. We make the meal. We eat the meal. Diana has purchased everything for the meal. Okay, she says, it's time for dessert, and I watched it. I watched it unfold. She goes to the fridge, and I'm sorry, I'm already screwing this up. She goes to the freezer, pulls out a cheesecake. Not just any cheesecake, the exact same cheesecake that we had at my dad's, with the exact same directions. It's what we had at my dad's. Despite the hilarity of the first time it happened and the exact same product, she has again frozen the GD cheesecake and has not thawed it. And so as soon as I see her go to the freezer, I said, wait, what are you doing? She goes, I'm getting the cheesecake. I go, honey, what? And she goes, and I swear to God, she flips the fucking box over and reads with sass and attitude, serving directions. Store cheesecake frozen until ready to use. And I'm like, am I in a Christopher Nolan movie or something? I go, oh, I know. I know what it says. Read on. I will. And then she's just giving me all this fucking attitude. And I'm just sitting there with my arms crossed. And I'm like, honey, we not only is that what we had, we've done this exact thing. How's this happening? I go, and it's not even that you didn't thaw it. I don't care about that because as you can see, you can put it on a microwave and heat it up, and I did. There's still a few ice chips in it, but whatever. I go, it's the indignation that you're giving me that I'm the idiot. How the fuck do you do this? Oh my God. Yeah. And she, the whole time we're eating it, because I'm sitting there looking at her like she's a dumbass, she's like pissed. She's so pissed at me. And everybody's, Jackie goes, why you have an attitude? She goes, I don't have an attitude. I have an attitude. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You do too have an attitude. You see, and that's how it builds up. I go, it's you digging your heels in about the whole thing. I'm more astonished at that this actually happened. Now, I didn't call her a dumb fuck. I didn't call her stupid. I didn't say you're the R word. I didn't do any of that. I just was, I was floored it happened again, but whatever, it happened again. Okay, big deal. But then she was like, yeah, fuck you. I know what I'm doing. They're supposed to eat it frozen. I'm like, no, how do you do this? Holy shit. My God. So, all right. Yeah, it happened again. Eventually, I felt bad. I think what it boils down to is I think she feels dumb. And then the defense mechanism is to like lash out like that. And I'm like, Jesus, you're not allowed to buy cheesecake anymore. Holy shit. Crank, this is excellent. He writes, you let out one of the horsemen. Criticism. That is perfect. That is perfect. As much as I busted your balls for informing the world that Putin is a genius, though you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, nor do I. I didn't say he's a genius. You did. I didn't say he's stupid either. I didn't say anything. You have made up for it with, you just let out one of the horsemen. Criticism. I love that. Oh. No, let her buy it. Just don't let her prepare it. Oh, my God. Unbelievable. I'm never going to let her live that down. You know what? On Wednesday, I am going to retell that story to Joanne and my dad. Now, my dad might be like, huh? What? Joanne's going to lose her mind because she had the line of the afternoon when it happened the first time because she bit into the cheesecake and we didn't even put it in the microwave. We're just eating it with the ice chips in it. And she goes, I don't know whether to chew it or to suck on it. Oh, shit. All right, folks. Where are we here? The asshole of the day, yeah, asshole of the day, coming up next, yeah, asshole of the day, yeah. Okay. Once again, I'm on Patreon. Check me out when this show is done. Be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to talking with you. I've got to share with you Joy Behar. She's upset with this war for a different reason. A teacher did something so incredible, so incredibly embarrassing. I cannot believe, holy shit, if this had happened when I was a school-age kid, fuck. It's horribly embarrassing. And she's in big trouble for it. Talk about that. Some crazy lady that I want to share. I tell you what, I want to share with you what this chick looks like, who did something awful. Okay, this lady. If you look like this, odds are you did something crazy to a child. I'll share that with you. Look at that face. And what else am I going to talk about? Oh, my God. I did radio work over the weekend at the radio station. That led to just a ridiculous scenario, and I'll share that with you. I can't really say anything more about that because I run the risk of getting in some trouble. And I just want to avoid the headaches. You know. Jesse Codes says, Eric's diet is going well. Keep having Diana buy cheesecake. I only had one little teeny tiny piece. I actually did well this weekend. I felt good about myself. Friday night was the worst of it. Saturday, I did pretty good. Sunday, pretty good. I'm going to give up sugar for Lent. I've done this before. It's the hardest thing in the world for me. So I owe confession, and I'm giving up sugar for Lent. And I'm going to go back to Mass starting this Lenten season. So tomorrow's Fat Tuesday, and then Ash Wednesday. So I am going to re-plug in with the team. I am doing that. No sugar. Getting back to Mass. Full confession on Saturday. Added sugar or all sugar. So if I had the opportunity to eat cheesecake, I wouldn't eat cheesecake. Candy, all these cereal, midnight, no. I am going to, and this will help me, if I can maintain it, in not being such a fat fuck. All right. Asshole of the day in moments. You too can become a sponsor of the Eric Zane Show podcast. All you have to do is send me an email on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Shoreliner Striping, keeping the parking lots looking fresh and clean and painted. Send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, and I will basically inform you on how it works. Like these three. TC Paintball. Book an event at TC Paintball. Neighborhood kids, your pals, your bro friends, bachelor party, redneck bachelorette party, non-redneck hot chick paintball summer bachelorette party, workplace team building. Saturdays are usually packed. You'll have to make a reservation for that. Drop-ins available. All the information at the non-hands-in website, tcpaintballgr.com. They're also an extremely well-stocked pro shop that has everything you could ever want to become a paintball player. You can get lost into a lot of money at TC Paintball, no question. But if you bring the pals along, basically you pay one fee for all the field time. With that, you get the mask, you get the paint, you get the high-end rental equipment, and the fun is all up to you. tcpaintballgr.com. Still waiting on Rick to get after a paintball event. I'm hoping Rick is not still upset with your old pal Eric Zane. Rick had indicated to me that he was toying with the idea of canceling his sponsorship. He said that on the podcast. He said it to me in private, and I did not speak of it. And then he voiced it on the show. I was like, oh my God. Rick has not been happy with your old pal Eric Zane. He is upset, or he has been. He might not be anymore, but he was. He was upset with me about things that I had said on the show. And so I was like, oh no, can you imagine if we can no longer meet to do paintball parties at Rick's? That would break my heart, and everyone else's too. I hope that is not the case. So, but I am waiting to hear what the next paintball event will be. I'll reach out to him today with a, hey, buddy, ready to schedule? And if I don't hear back, I would say, uh-oh. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that the red ass has been, is no longer flaring up. We can only hope. TCPaintballGR.com. The flooring installer on the show is Bennett Flooring Installation. If you're in West Michigan, I want you to reach out to me with an email of why having new flooring installed 100% free as a gift from Bennett Flooring Installation would help you. We all struggle, some more than others. If you're struggling, bills are sky high, or maybe there's health issues going on, and you just want a win. Brand new flooring, I know that sounds weird, would help you. This has been done for two amazing audience members who have needed that boost. And they've both responded to me that the emotional pick-me-up that their day brings when they walk in and to their home every day and see brand new flooring given to them has helped them. So swallow that pride. You can remain anonymous. I'll know who you are, but I won't. If you choose to hide your identity, I won't say who you are. But tell me why this will help you. And then I basically have to choose one of you to get the Easter flooring install from Bennett Flooring Installation, which is 42 days away. This is the Easter giveaway from Bennett Flooring Installation. So get after it. Write me a detailed note why this would help you. This is not something where you cannot, you don't have to worry about nominating yourself. Please nominate yourself. Please do that. Or nominate someone, doesn't matter to me. As long as they're in West Michigan, you can either nominate yourself or someone you know. And if you had sent one in the past and you weren't a recipient, would you please resend it? Because I just blew out all my emails. They're gone, so I have to start over. So resend it. Go back into your sent box and send me what you sent me before. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Meanwhile, call Bennett Flooring Installation when you want flooring installed. 616-318-0167. Comedy this week. I think Hal Sparks is in town. I know that because I'm supposed to interview him this week. The very funny Hal Sparks is appearing. Yes. Full House Comedy, Wednesday at the Park Theater. For, looks like one show. Thursday, Hal's going to be at the Listening Room, downtown Grand Rapids. Friday, Grand Rapids Comedy Club, part of Creston Brewing. Saturday, Hal's at Billy's Lounge in Grand Rapids. Wednesday through Saturday, Hal appearing at all of those. Okay. You also got Maddie Smith is in town at Rockford's Corner Bar. And she's going to be appearing at Golden Age, part of Creston Brewery. So anyway, comedy, full circle, fullhousecomedy.com, shows everywhere. Go to that website, and you can check them out. Looks like Darren McCarty's coming back next week. Great time to get Darren on. I will feature him on the show next week. The Slapstick Comedy Tour is back at the Park Theater in Holland next week, Wednesday. Thursday, he is at the Grand Rapids Comedy Club. So that's cool. Love Darren, and you will too. FullHouseComedy.com. You can get tickets there too. All right. This is my fourth or fifth day in a row of getting rid of the previous Asshole of the Day with the sleeve of my shirt. Asshole of the Day is brought to you by TC Paintball and JM Synthetics. Friday was Ethan Crumbly's parents. I think it was Jesse sent me an email about that story, about the kid, being so mentally defective, and the argument that the parents knew that. And how insane. This is why they're being charged, because they knew that and still bought the little fucker a gun. And he had access to it. Oh, my God. I mean, if you got a kid who's fucked up You're going to know it. Anybody who has a kid that they're like, boy, we got a little, maybe a little extra care with this one. Most parents are going to do everything they can to, steer the child to a way of living that doesn't involve mass murder. But not the Crumblies. No. Ha ha. They go ahead and buy him a fucking pistol and just leave it in a drawer. Holy shit. All right. Asshole of the day. The Marines are butthurt with your old pal Eric Zane. I got a t-shirt in the mail. The NFK has staples in his neck that I have to remove. I took aim at radios, podcasters, Huge, Stu, and Free Beer and Hot Wings for being for saying, hey, we're not talking. Well, I aimed at Stu and Huge for saying not going to talk about it and then talked about it. Come on. And then I aimed at Free Beer and Hot Wings for coming up with the lame response of, yeah, hey, our show's an escape from, what everyone else in the world's talking about. What a crock of shit. The story about the Russians on Snake Island saying, go fuck yourselves. Everybody's giving shit to Rogan for believing Steven Seagal joined the Russian military. Alex Ovechkin versus Dominic Hashick. All the virtue signalers throwing out, hey, we support Ukraine. No kidding. Who doesn't? What's his name? Jocko wants to be president. That's what he'd say. Crazy Olympic skier says, yeah, I'm all about Russia. Fuck yes. And the case of the frozen cheesecake. Who's a bigger asshole? Because I've got it narrowed down to Alex Ovechkin and a Russian skier whose name escapes me. That would be Vyacheslav Barkov. Or if you think someone else on Asshole of the Day. I kind of think it's Ovechkin. Because he kind of tried to thread the needle. I want war to end. I'm praying for both sides. You are? I don't know if I can get behind all Russian NHL contracts have to be canceled. But I'll say Ovechkin. I have a lot more respect for Nordic skier who's saying, yeah, fuck Ukraine, than Ovechkin for being a huge pussy. They're both assholes, though. But Ovechkin, he wins the prize. Corey says, I've seen a lot of assholes on Twitter defending Russia. Please, I'd love to see those. Share those with me. Kate says, Sarah Lee, asshole of the day. No. That's misguided, miss. That is misguided rage. Sarah Lee did nothing in the Cheesecake incident. I don't think there's officially any assholes in the asshole of the day. I dare not say that my wife was acting like an asshole. I can think things, but I can't say them. I have before, but I'm trying not to now. Putin, I think, is a hard and fast asshole of the day as well. Okay, folks, I will be on Patreon in just a little while. If you're enjoying this right this second, go to patreon.com and sign up for the Patreon right now, because they'll be podcasting in just a short while there, and we'll keep the party going. Thank you, folks. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
For too long, we've lived in a world of canceled and delayed. No more. Those plans you've been making, they're on. Thanks to OnGo, the #1 ranked at-home rapid COVID-19 test. So that vacation where you get to swim with the pigs, it's on. Your friend's wedding that was pushed back 4 times, it's on. The roar of the stadium, it's on too. OnGo, COVID-19 test results in minutes. OnGo is available at letsongo.com/radio and Amazon. This product has been authorized by the FDA during the public health emergency only, and only for the detection of proteins from SARS-CoV-2, not other viruses. The claim #1 ranked is supported by ECRI's usability evaluation conducted in December 2021.